And we have bought several types of wheat, and we are growing wheatgrass so we can know which one tastes the best. And so we have soft white wheat. These are all organic. Rye kernel, which started out as red grass but has grown kind of green. KAMUT wheat, which is an ancient grain supposedly untainted by human things that we do to food. And here's red winter wheat. This is the most popular for sprouting because it's supposedly the most hardy. It's quite a bit thicker, it seems, from this angle. Anyway, so we're starting with the soft white wheat. We have juiced all four. Now these all receive 1 cup of wheat in each tray, and coming in first place, as was expected, I guess. Not that I've done this before, but just from rumors I've heard, is the hard red winter wheat, giving us the best yield. And this all comes from 1 cup. These are all 9 days old. Usually people do them for 7. We do a little further. Now we will do the taste test. So I've got oranges here to cleanse the palates and water, and we'll just go down the line. Soft white wheat. Smells just like I mowed the lawn. It's a little bit bitter, and maybe a little bit aspirin-y, more than I do. I've gone to Jamba Juice and all these places, Pomegranate, the Raw Food Cafe, and this is a little more harsh. It's still very smooth, I guess, and you've got the sugars, which is common in any other wheatgrass I've ever had. Okay, for my next taste, we're gonna do rye. Now this is odd. It was smoother. The aspirin-y experience of the first one, not present at all. But the sugars are also not present. Normally, well, it's always been sweet, and I'd say in this rye, it's almost like it's nothing. Like there is no sugars. So the rye, which is coming in at the bottom for taste, is not sweet really at all. It reminds me of aloe vera. Have you ever eaten aloe vera or drank the aloe vera juice where it's liquidy, watery, but it's not really specific, but it's not really good either. You kind of, pucker up. It kind of just makes you say, why am I eating this? Obviously this is going to be super healthy, but rye, still in last place after multiple tastes. The rye has a lot of other characteristics about it that I know mushroom growers prefer rye as a grain, as a fodder for the mycelium to begin on and things like that. So I might still do that even though it's not sweet. It's very interesting. Next, we will be doing KAMUT wheat, which was our lowest yield, but it is the ancient grain, supposedly untainted. Wow, this is much sweeter than the soft white for sure. It was actually really bold, almost floral. I'd say that would be my favorite. These are the kind of sweets that are like carrot juice, where you expect it to taste more like V8, but then inside, once you're inside this kind of green lawn smell that's overwhelming, there's a sweetness that rolls over the tongue. And this KAMUT wheat was much sweeter than both the soft white and the rye juice. And it's just bolder. And for our fourth and final, the traditional red winter wheat, our highest yielding juice from the 1 cup of the 4 grains. The sweetness of this one it's sweet like a stevia kind of sweet. It doesn't seem like a sugar sweet, like a date or a raisin. It's more of a lingering sweetness. If you've ever had stevia or these other sweeteners, they kind of leave an aftertaste and stay sweet, or cigar. Like cigars put licorice extract or licorice root. There's a sweetness that'll kind of linger on your lips. It's like that. It's like that sweetness where you kind of lick your lips after the cigar thing, and it just lingers much longer than it would if you had eaten banana. That seems to go down. We've still got the smell of the banana, but the sweetness here is just tingling on your tongue. Still. And it's the same with all of them, except the rye. The rye is definitely the hard liquor of the bunch. the shot that you're gonna need, the chaser. If not, you don't need it with all of them, most people do. Okay, that was our experiment in what wheat grasses would be best. First place, hard red winter wheat, mainly because after all that work, you want to get as much back as you possibly can. And that is definitely the highest yielding and very sweet, and I'd say one of the best tasting. By the way, I did get these wheats from a co-op here in Phoenix, and I know they ship throughout the nation, throughout the United States anyway, and some international maybe too. They came from PhoenixOrganicFeed.com. It's just a co-op where things are a lot cheaper, and they sell to the public at wholesale because they buy enough. So anyway, thank you, Phoenix Organic Feed.